The bicycle webbed playing cards, you'll see the hourglass logo in the center, which will repeat over and over in this deck, and the spider logo as well, trusted since 1885. One side says air cushion finish, made in the USA, and the other said the United States Playing Cards Company. The top says webbed playing cards, and the bottom is some ad copy. The back has a back design, which we will get into in a second, and you do have a standard United States Playing Card Company tuck seal. The two inside tuck flaps have nothing. You do get a little bit more ad copy in the inside and nothing on the inside of the tuck box. But that's all I can say about the tuck box. Let's take a look at the playing cards. This bag design is both simple and complex at the same time. Let me explain. On one hand, you see the hourglass, the two spiders, and a bunch of strong white and red lines. But the closer you look, you'll see that the entire thing is done with small little spider webs done over the entire thing. And unfortunately, this is done on a black cardstock, which is going to mean that it is going to dent a lot faster. Your numbers are going to be mostly standard, except for on the inside you are going to have an hourglass on each one and a small triangle above it. So let me show you on the reds, which is going to be a lot easier to see. You have the small hourglass and the X through it with a small triangle on both sides, and on all of the pips, you'll see that they are slightly reshaped on all of the black ones and on the hearts, but clearly diamonds cannot be reshaped because they are so simple. But for the most part, it's just a slight redo. Your courts are going to be pretty much your standard USPCC court cards, except for the fact that they have been stripped down to the same faded red used on the rest of this deck, a light gray, and black. But outside of that, nothing is extra crazy in this deck. Your three aces match the rest of the number cards. You get semi-duplicate 808 jokers, one of which being colored, but to match this deck. You get your standard USPCC ad card and a double backer. And for the cards, this is last but not least your ace of spades. Next is to see if this deck can faro, so from bottom to top, literally faros every other perfectly. And then from top to bottom, which can struggle sometimes depending on the deck, we have this deck faro right here. Once again, every other. When it comes to how this deck is going to feel in your hands, it's going to feel like every other bicycle deck in the world. Classic stock, air cushion finish, as it should be. Now let me help you figure out if you should actually buy this deck. If you're a magician, I wouldn't pick this deck up simply because it's not suited for it, pun intended, and because the back design and the faces just don't have a magician aesthetic. It probably wouldn't be meant for cardistry either because it has no cardistry intentions. If you're a collector, I'd pick this deck up simply because bicycle makes some fun playing cards. If you like spiders, I'd pick this deck up, and it's going to look cool on a card shelf like that. And for all of my Spider-Man enthusiasts, you could pick this deck up as well. I'd also recommend playing card games with this because they're simple enough to where you'll be able to recognize them all, and it's a pretty cheap deck. And is this a hype deck? Heck no. If you like deck reviews like this, please make sure to check out the deck reviews playlist that I have up here and another video on the channel right here. You can also check out the merch in the description below if you want to pick some up for yourself. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Make sure to subscribe if you like deck reviews. This is Card Perfect, signing off.